Hello everyone, and I am back again today to discuss a very important concept as far as JavaScript arrays are concerned. And this is the map function. The map function is an array function which you run to so that you can get back a brand new array which is a result of the previous array. I know this is going to sound very ambiguous and confusing, but we are going to see it live and we are going to see it live and we shall see it working. So for example, I have an array, I have an initial array. Now I'll use the map function to create a new array, but that will consist of new elements which are a result of the elements of the first array being worked on by an operation. So the result of each independent element, each independent element of the previous array, the result will make up the elements of our new array. It is very confusing, but you're going to see. For example, when I declare array1, this is array1, and I do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now this this is the initial array, yeah. So the result should look like this. So let me say array2, that is going to compromise the results of our operation on this independent 5 elements of the array1. That is going to, for example, I want to multiply each element in array1 by 2. So that means the result of each operation is going to be an element in array2. So that means 1 times 2 is equal to 2. 1 times 2 times 2 is equal to 4. 3 times 2 is equal to 6. 4 times 2 is equal to 8, and this is 10. So this is the result. Let me first comment this out. So very many people normally go around this by using a for loop. Yeah, you can write a for loop for this. For let x equal to 0, x is less than array1 dot length array1 dot length and x plus plus. Okay, so for starters, let me first print out the length of array1. So let me log simple console.log array1 dot length. Okay, so if I come in here and I run this, array1 dot length, and we are going to get now the length of our array1 is 5. Yeah, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, when we are the indexes of all array elements begin from 0, not 1. So this one has an index of 0, then 2 has an index of 1, then 3 has an index of 2, 4 has an index of 3, and 5 has an index of 4. Sorry. So what is going to happen here? I don't no longer need this. So array1 dot length is going to return 5 like you have seen. So that means I will have to do a -1 here. So at this step I am going to do a simple manipulation here. So let me first declare array2 as an empty array. case. So in this case, I am going to do x times 2. So let me declare one here. Let result be equal to x times 2. Okay. So I am going to push to array2 dot push to add the result to array2. So dot push function, then let me add result in here. Then at the end of it all, I want to console.log array2. Console.log array2. Okay, so let's try running this and we see if we have 0, 2. Oh, sorry. It's beginning from 0, 2, 4, 6. There's some, we should do some logic change in our for loop. Let's first try this and see. Okay, 2, 4, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8 plus 1 instead of plus 1. All right, so that is the one we wanted. So you can see our array2 is 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. But this is a for loop, so we can do this very operation using the .map function. So all I am going to do, let me comment this out. I am going to get our array1, then I call the map function on it, which, yeah, I'm going to call the map function on it, which takes a callback function. So a callback function is a function that is called inside another function. So the .map function is an array function that calls another function that runs on every element in that initial array. So what happens here, I am going to have, for example, I'm going to take an argument x. X is the respective element of an array that is, how should I put it? As we loop through this array, x is going to represent each individual element, but one at a time. So x, and I'm going to do this. Actually, let me do this. So x, I call the arrow function here. Then I have the let result. Let result be equal to x times 2. Yeah. So I want to push. Yeah, push results. Right. So can format this. Right. So let's try running this and we see whether we get the same result. Yep. And you can see, instead of using the for loop, we have used the map function and we are actually getting the very same result. So you can see that our R2, the one we are console.logging on line 12, is having the result set of the initial array. Yeah, the result set of the operation on the initial array, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So in this case, I don't really need to know the array length and so on to use in the for loop. I don't really need to first know that. All I need to do, I get the array name of the initial function of the array name of the initial array, which is array1 in this case. Then I call the .map function in it, which takes a callback function as an argument. So in the callback function, x is an argument. We call it x is an argument which will represent each individual element in the initial array. Then on each individual element, we shall do this operation where we shall get that element times 2. Then we shall assign that value to the result variable. Then after assigning this to the result, we shall call the push function, which is a JavaScript array function to add elements to an array. So when we call the push function, we shall pass the result as the argument. So every time the result is computed, sorry, every time the result is every time the result is calculated, sorry, every time the result is calculated, it will be pushed into our array2. So when we come to console.log, yeah, remember this is actually synchronous JavaScript, so we learn one line, we run one line at a time. So what happens is we shall run line 5 until all elements in the array have been worked on, have been operated, have been manipulated by this function. So after all elements are done, we shall go to line 12, where we shall console.log our array2. That is why you can see our result set as 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10, which was the very same result set we got when we use the for loop, to do that same operation. Yeah. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, leave a comment if you have any. Yeah, you can also suggest whatever programming concept you want us to go through. Yeah, and I'll make a video for one.